Hampi is an ancient city in the heart of northern Karnataka. It's well known for its palaces, temples, and other monuments. The ruins of Hampi is a vast open museum of history, architecture, and religion. The erstwhile capital of the Vijayanagara Empire, who ruled South India during the 14th to the 16th AD, has now been listed as UNESCO's World Heritage Site. Its ruins are still charismatic and attracts tens of thousands of visitors throughout the year. A delight for travelers and pilgrims alike, the temples, the palaces, aquatic structures, markets, and many such ancient remains are the way Hampi images its history. Within a few years after the arrival of Alaauddin Khilji in the kingdom of Yadavagiri, in the year 1296, the entire South India was ravaged. Indian culture and religion were endangered by these foreign invasions. At this juncture, people united to protect themselves, their languages, religion, and culture. The Lotus Mahal, Elephant Stable, Mahanavami Dibba are just a few of hundreds of structures which attracts international tourists to this lost kingdom. Lord Virupaksha is believed to be the principal deity of the Vijayanagara rulers, dedicated to whom this temple has been constructed in Hampi. This beautiful and architecturally rich Hampi temple is one of the most important places to visit in Hampi, and it also serves as the main center of pilgrimage in this region. This temple is considered to be built somewhere around the 7th century, and it initially started as a small shrine, only to be later developed into a marvelous temple under the reign of the Vijayanagara rulers. Several evidences found in the temple indicate towards the fact that a lot of additions were done in the temple during the late Chalukya and Hoysala period. Although this amazing temple lost most of its wonderful decorative structures and creations during the 1565 war, the worship here has kept on persisting. This temple finally received a major overhaul and renovation at the beginning of the 19th century.
Chandrasekhara Temple is one of the first Vijayanagara structures the visitors would encounter when they enter the citadel area from Kamalapuram. In fact, this temple was on the ancient road that led to the Pedangadi Veedi from Kamalapuram. Dated to 16th century AD, it is dedicated to Lord Shiva. The east-facing shrine has a Dravida Vimana with a circular stupa, whereas the south-facing Amman shrine has a Salashikara.
ಹಂಪಿ ಎಂಬುದು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರವಾಸಿ ತಾಣ. ಇದು ಖಾಲಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಹೆರಿಟೇಜ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಹಿಂದೂಗಳ ಒಂದು ಪಿಲ್ಗ್ರಿಮ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದೂಗಳ ಇದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಕಾಶಿ ಎಂದು ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಿಷ್ಕಿಂಧ ಕಾಂಡ ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ಶಿವಪುರಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿವಪುರಾಣವೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದೊಂದು ಒಂದು ಐತಿಹಾಸಿಕ ಸ್ಥಳ. ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಯಾತ್ರಿಗಳು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಹಂಪಿಯನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಕಾಶಿ ಎಂದು ಕರೆಯುತ್ತಾರೆ.
Saraswati Temple. This temple is dedicated to goddess Saraswati, the goddess of learning. The Saraswati Temple at Hampi represents the early style of temple architecture. Saraswati, this temple is a calm place with lesser crowd. Simple but attractive temple catches the eyes of tourists around. The terracotta made stucco figures, which were once the charm of architecture of the temple, are now losing its charm. They are almost in ruins, but still, beautiful carvings can be seen on the pillar.
This giant statue of Ganesha was carved out of a huge boulder at the northeastern slope of the Hemakutta hill. The open hall is constructed by unusually slender and tall pillars. Each of them is highly ornate with mythical themes. This 15 feet tall statue is one among the largest sculptures in Hampi. The pillared hall is a vantage point to survey the environs.
The Queen's Bath. If you entered the Hampi complex from the southwest corner, the Queen's Bath is the first of the ruins that you would visit. From the outside, this building appears to be a plain rectangular complex, encircled by a big water channel that one might need to cross at some places using a bridge-like structure. When looked at from the inside, one can see a huge circular veranda facing a big open sky bowl in the middle. It is believed that in the ancient times, the pool used to be filled with fragrant water and flowers, which is now nothing more than an empty brick-lined pool structure. This entire building and its surroundings have been designed in the Indo-Saracenic style of architecture.
The present-day fortified area, or the royal enclosure of Hampi, was once the seat of power of the Vijayanagara rulers. In current times, this royal enclosure is basically a wide open ground consisting of a number of small shelters. Some of the important structures of the royal enclosure are the underground chamber and the Mahanavami Dibba. The Mahanavami Dibba is the tallest structure that can be observed in the enclosure. 3 layers make up the square structure. The top can be reached by 2 staircases which has carvings of elephants, horses and others in the front. One can climb up from the front staircase and reach the top that provides a complete view of the town. This underground chamber is adjacent to the royal palace. The king discussed most important issues and held secret parleys with his ministers and other important persons in this chamber.
Lotus Mahal, also known as Kamal Mahal or Chitrangini Mahal, is situated in the Zenana enclosure of the monument. Lotus Mahal is a 2-storied, very symmetric structure exhibiting a fine example of Indo-Islamic architecture. The base of the structure depicts a Hindu foundation of stones, just like in the temples of Vijayanagara architecture. while the upper superstructure is Islamic in architecture, with pyramidal towers instead of regular dome shapes, giving it a lotus-like look, originating in its name.
One among the few least destroyed structures in Hampi, Elephant Stable is a major tourist attraction. This long building with a row of domed chambers was used to park the royal elephants. There are 11 domed tall chambers. Some of them are interconnected.
Vijayavittala Temple, built in the 15th century AD, Vijayavittala Temple is a rich architectural temple that serves as one of the important places to visit in Hampi. This temple has an expansive campus which consists of several other temples, pavilions and halls. This temple, as its name suggests, is dedicated to Lord Vittala, who was one of the incarnations of Lord Vishnu. One of the main attractions of the temple are its marvelous pillared halls that reflect the wonders of architecture. The Vittala temple complex has a richly sculpted stone chariot, which is considered to be the most stunning architecture of the Vijayanagara kingdom. The stone chariot, or the Ratha, stands in the courtyard of the temple, and it is one of the three most famous stone chariots in India. Mahamantapa, or the main hall of the Vittala temple, is situated in the inner courtyard of the temple complex. Situated on a highly ornate base, it is a structure of immense beauty. The base is decorated with carvings of warriors, horses, swans, and other several ornamental designs. The Mahamantapa comprises of 4 smaller halls.
ಅದಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಇದೊಂದು ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಹೆರಿಟೇಜ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಮಾನ್ಯತೆ ಪಡೆದಿದೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಹೆರಿಟೇಜ್ ಸೈಟಲ್ಲಿ ಟೋಟಲಿ 34 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಏರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾನ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳಿದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾನ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳಿದೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೆ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿದ್ದಂದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿರೂಪಾಕ್ಷೇಶ್ವರ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ. ಈ ವಿರೂಪಾಕ್ಷೇಶ್ವರ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿತ್ಯವೂ 3 ಸಾರಿ ಪೂಜೆಯು ನಿತ್ಯಾಭಿಷೇಕ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ, ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ, ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ, ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ. ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೋದಂಡರಾಮ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ವಿಜಯ ವಿಠಲ ಮಂದಿರ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆ ಹೊಂದಿರೋದು. ವಿಜಯ ವಿಠಲ ಮಂದಿರದಲ್ಲಿ 64 ಸ್ತಂಭಗಳಿವೆ. ಈ 64 ಸ್ತಂಭಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸ್ತಂಭವು 10 ಸ್ತಂಭಗಳಾಗಿ ವಿಭಾಗಣೆ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಹೊಡೆದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಂಗೀತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಸಪ್ತ ಸ್ವರಗಳ ಮಂದಿರ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾ ಇದ್ರು.
Hazara Rama Temple is an important shrine in Hampi. This small but beautiful temple is located at the center of the royal area. The temple is dedicated to Lord Rama, a Hindu deity. It was once the private temple of the kings and the royal family of Vijayanagara. The temple is famous for the lovely brass relics and panels depicting the story of the epic Ramayana. Hazara Rama Temple was built in the early part of the 15th century by the then king of Vijayanagara, Krishnadevaraya II. The walls of the temple carry the story of Ramayana carved on stone. The outer walls of the temple are decorated with brass relics of Rama and Krishna. The relics also portray processions of horses, elephants, attendants, soldiers, and dancing women taking part in the Dasara festival rally at that time. The relics are among the most extensive ones to be found anywhere in India.
The guards' quarters is located right next to the elephant stable. This probably was a ceremonial building due to its finely made arches, veranda, and the open courtyard surrounded by a pillared monastery. The archaeological department is using this to store the stones and sculptures and other artifacts from the ruined site. The mosque is the largest structure within the Danic enclosure and has been constructed in an amalgam of the Indo-Islamic style. This long, lofty building, which faces the north, is covered on 3 sides. Thanks to its numerous arches, it resembles a large stage. You can see Hindu motifs adorning the plastered walls, suggesting that originally it was not a mosque. The mosque sits on an elevated platform, and you need to ascend a few steps in front to reach the hall.
Mohammedan Watchtower is the most elaborate of all the existing watchtowers in Hampi as well as the largest. Chief objective of this watchtower was to guard the Danak's enclosure.